In the last video, I shared our flight down from Oshawa to Chicago for a week of vacation, as well as some of the exploring we did in the Windy City. In today's video, I've included some highlights of the absolutely amazing live jazz and blues we got to listen to, and our flights home from Chicago, with a stop along the way in Stratford, Ontario to catch a play. Since I know most of you are here for the flying, I'll keep the jazz and blues bits short, but I'll include some more clips at the end of the video for anyone who's interested. And if you want to jump ahead, there's a chapter marker in the description. I hope you enjoy it. Muna and I both like jazz, but it wasn't until after we got to Chicago that we remembered that it's a great hub for jazz music. We did some research and settled on checking out one of the famous clubs, the Jazz Showcase, just a few blocks from our Airbnb next to Grant Park. We knew it'd be good, but we didn't expect to get to watch Emmy-winning trumpet player and all-around jazz great, Orbert Davis. But that was just a warm-up for the main event of the week for me. I've always loved the blues, and I had no idea that the legendary Buddy Guy has a blues club that's just 4 blocks from our Airbnb. We stopped in to get some info, and it turned out that they were having a celebration that week in honor of Buddy's 86th birthday, and he was going to be there. So we got tickets and showed up early to grab some great seats at the bar, just 6 feet from the stage. But first, the opening acts, starting with Omar Coleman. Next up was the New Blue Band. And then the Mike Wheeler Band, who also accompanied Buddy when he came on stage later. I could happily listen to any of these guys play for hours. But finally, the legend himself came out. Buddy didn't play guitar that night, but man oh man can he still sing.
I gave you $50 dinner. You said that was a snack. I got to live in my penthouse. You said that was a shack. I gave you a brand new Ford. You said I want a Cadillac. I gave you 7 children. And now you want to give them back. Yes, I did not hard again. Since the day we met.
For me, this was hands down the highlight of our trip to Chicago. And now that I know it's there, I'll be heading to Buddy Guy's Club every time I'm back in the city. I've included more of the gigs at the end of the video, but for now, back to the flying. If you're enjoying this video, I'd appreciate it if you'd give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It helps me understand what kind of content you guys prefer, and it also helps others find my stuff on YouTube. That's quite the crab angle, must be a bit of a cross.
206, clear the field. Score 206, Roger.
That's pretty cool. After 6 days falling in love with Chicago, it was time to head home after a quick tour of the Chicago skyline.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, cross runway 22 left and switch to tower 135.2.
Request 22 left and over to tower. Thanks, Charlie Fox Whiskey.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, traffic set your 1 to 2 o'clock at about a mile and a half, 1,400, northbound type unknown.
I've got that truck in sight, thanks, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey. Well, I see, I think he's trailing behind him.
Tower Southwest 313, on the inbound. Charlie Golf Foxtrot Whiskey, and then what heading were you going to want to go now?
Stand by. Towers Charlie Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, gonna head on 148 heading for now.
Roger.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's about 12:30 on Friday afternoon. We just departed Chicago Midway after 6 days on vacation in Chicago. Had a fantastic time there.
7330 Papa.
And now it's time to head home. We did a quick tour of downtown Chicago, and now we're on the way.
Papa Squawk 4247.
Gonna land at Sarnia, Ontario, which is right across the river from Port Huron to clear customs. And then from there, it's on to Stratford, Ontario. We're going to stop for a few hours, catch a play there, and then do a night flight home to Oshawa. From there, it's going to be a long day. Not going to get home until probably 1 a.m. But should be a few flights, so excited to have you guys with us. Probably going to turn it off for a little while. Not much is going to happen over the next hour or so. And I'll turn it on as we're getting closer to the border. Talk to you soon. Since we were going to cross the border back into Canada, we had to stop at an airport that has customs and immigration coverage, and unfortunately Stratford Airport doesn't. That meant we needed to do a quick stop at Sarnia Airport, CYZR, to clear the border before the short hop on to Stratford.
Spirit Jet 75, traffic, 12 o'clock, 3 miles, a B-24, 3,800 eastbound.
Spirit Jet 75.
Did you say in sight?
Affirmative.
Spirit Jet 75, roger. Maintain visual separation from that traffic. Descend at pilot's discretion.
Other than some low clouds that forced me down to about 2,000 feet for a while, the trip across Indiana and Michigan was pretty uneventful. Yeah, you're going like 2.5
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, traffic, 6 o'clock, 2 miles, a LJ 75, 5,000 descending for St. Clair County. Has you in sight, will maintain visual separation.
Copy that, I've got him on ADSB, thanks, Charlie Fox Whiskey. Before long, we were approaching the border and the approach into Sarnia.
Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, radar service terminated, squawk 1200, change to advisory frequency approved. Have a great day.
Over to advisory frequency, have a great day, thanks, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey. Sarnia traffic, Beach 24, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, 10 miles southwest of the field, inbound for full stop landing. We'll be crossing midfield at pattern altitude for runway 15 and then joining mid-left downwind for runway 15. Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, Sarnia traffic. See it? Right there.
Yeah, it's on a diagonal.
Yeah, so that's like the smaller runway. We're going to cross the Airport, turn left.
Traffic from Marcy, looks
And that way.
5 minutes away, northeast of the airport.
There's another plane here, I don't like this. Some of you might remember my first experience flying into Sarnia for a fly-in back in 2021, which didn't go quite as smoothly as I would have liked, with another plane almost crashing into me on short final. I'll put a link to that video up in the corner here.
Miles.
Here's a plane, one's there.
3,600 coming in for landing. We'll be crossing over the field at 2,100 and then descending on the upwind side to join the Midland downwind 15.
Luckily, nothing crazy happened this time around, but hearing all this traffic coming in at the same time had me a bit cautious, and I decided to give them all lots of room. Sarnia traffic, Beach 24, Charlie Golf, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey. I'm on the south side of the field. Just saw the plane cross below me. Gonna do a 360 and then follow across midfield at pattern altitude.
Sarnia traffic, Golf X-ray Duke Whiskey is overhead field now. We'll be turning middle left downwind for 15 before stop Sarnia.
Too much traffic there. I'm gonna go out for a couple minutes and then come back. Sarnia traffic, Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, short final runway 15. Seatbelt secure?
Yes.
Sarnia traffic, Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, down and clear the active runway.
An immigration's office?
Oh, you just stop and call. After a short break on the ground at Sarnia to make the call to Canada Border Services Agency, and a little time playing with the resident dog at the flying school there, we were heading up from Sarnia for the short 35-minute flight to Stratford. Sarnia traffic, Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey in position, on the roll, runway 15, departing to the east. We're up. Actually kind of nice to stop at Sarnia, just a quick stretch of the legs and
Pet a dog.
pet a dog. They should have a resident dog at every airport.
Stella was super friendly though. I don't know. I feel like Stella and Abby
Or what?
kind of on par. I'm not sure which one I love more.
Did you actually go in to see Stella or just through the bars?
No, she came to the bar,
Yeah,
stuck
saw
her
that.
nose out,
Yeah.
and then at some point she like lay down, kind of put her head underneath the bars,
Nice.
had her like arms up, and part of me is like, okay, this is, if she was any other animal, she'd be doing this to lure me in before she bit my arm off.
I hope this place is good. I hope it's worth the stop.
I'm not sure it is.
We were stopping in Stratford to watch a play called 1939.
Interesting. I can find reviews of the other plays. I can't find any reviews. 1939. What we're going to see.
Interesting.
It's probably good, right? Because I think sometimes you judge things by expectations that we would have of other plays. So it's nice to be able to keep an open mind.
Traffic, Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey on final runway 17 full stop. The play is about a residential school in northern Ontario preparing for a visit from King George VI. We weren't really sure what to expect, but the play actually turned out to be really good. By the time it was done and we got back to the airport, it was nearly 11 p.m.
Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, you can give city traffic frequency a call 1182. Give me a call back on the first side.
Copy that over to city for now, thanks, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey. The cameras aren't great at recording night flying, so I'll share a couple quick highlights from the midnight flight. City traffic, this is Beach 24 Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey at 2,000 feet, 10 miles west of the field, heading east along the shoreline. We'll be transiting over the field at 2,000 feet, heading east towards Oshawa. City traffic.
runway lights. That's so awesome. I've done that before at small airports before. I've never done that. That's something as big as Billy Bishop.
So weird. It feels like you have a light switch. Like really important things in the city. Just flick on the light at Billy Bishop. That is bizarre.
That's cool, isn't it? The power. I would say take out your phone and video, but it never turns out at night.
Nothing shows up.
Yeah.
I tried taking my phone out a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I just looked at it and it's all like blurred.
Yeah.
Beautiful though.
It really is. City traffic, Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, transiting overhead the field now in 2000 feet west east.
Got anything more from your side?
Go on video or
Video.
let's see what happens. Offshore traffic is Beach 24, Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, 11 miles southwest of the field, inbound for full stop landing on runway 12. Going to join extended right base for runway 12. Offshore traffic. Offshore traffic, Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, short final runway 12, full stop.
We landed back in Oshawa well past midnight after a long day with 3 legs of flying. But it was worth it. The flights were great and the trip overall had been a ton of fun.
Well,
Nice. Off to the left a little.
yeah. It's interesting because I see the lights and you want to go towards the lights because you can't see the center line properly.
Yeah, because in the day it's all about the center line.
Yeah, and it should be as well for me, but I feel like this is the landing light technically. Can't see the center line at all. At least with the taxi lights you can sort of see it.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to hear some more of the awesome blues from Buddy Guy's birthday bash, I've included a few more minutes of the highlights next. But I'll say goodbye here. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. And in the meantime, fly safe.
delayed birthday party, they normally get fucked up. And I know how to get fucked up. I've been down hard, baby. Look here. I'm alone in the blues. Oh, you got to tell me how blue can you get? You even want to with your woman, and I think you'll tell us when you're born. Yeah! I think you even want to with your woman. You'll tell us when we're apart. How blue can you get, baby? Oh, because right here in my heart. I gave you $50 dinner. You said that was a snack. I got to live in my penthouse. You said that was a shack. I gave you a brand new Ford. You said I want a Cadillac. I gave you 7 children. And now you want to give them back. Yes, I did not hard again. Since the day we met, girl, she got a big and fat. Calling each other. This is blues, they don't play this on radio. Yes, the woman I love. Come on now. Yeah. Let me tell y'all. She kind of big and fat. You can laugh at the moment, but it's sometimes, man, it's kind of good like that. Shit. I didn't write the fucking song, I'm just singing it. But I want you to love me. Love me with your home free will. Shit, yeah. Yes, I want you to love me, woman. Love me with your home free will. You don't love me, baby. I believe your sister will. Shit. Come on, let me fix that. Let me fix that. Let me solo while I get that fixed. Did y'all notice the man got a bucket here?